Hi there, my name's Adam, and today I'll be sharing with you the 3 proven strategies we use to scale our supplement business from zero all the way to $2.1 million in revenue in less than 12 months. And I'll be showing you how you can apply the same strategies to your own e-commerce business. So before I jump into the content, let me just introduce myself very quickly. So my name is Adam and I'm the head of marketing for Growth Tribe. I started off in digital marketing about 8 years ago in a company called Mediacom. So that's actually a media agency with huge clients, right? And that was the first job that I got after I graduated. And one of the clients that I worked with was actually P&G, right? Where I was running millions of dollars of campaigns for brands such as SK-II, Olay, Pantene, and Gillette. Right, and it's really through my experience with them that I kind of appreciated the power of digital marketing and the kind of difference that it could make to any kind of business. So in 2015, I took a step and joined a company called Growth Tribe, and this is a performance marketing agency that focuses on helping business owners such as yourself to actually grow your business very quickly. And over the last 5 years, we've trained over 800 business owners and entrepreneurs. The last 2 years alone, we have worked with 60 plus clients, right, on a consulting and agency basis. And in 2018, we decided to take a huge step forward by launching off our own supplement business based in the US and Canada. So just to share with you guys very quickly about some of the results that we created, you can see here's a quick screenshot from our store. And you can see that we, in between January 2018 to 31st December 2018, we actually generated a total of $2.17 million of revenue in just 1 year, right? And this was just from our first year of running the business, right? And we continue to scale up the business. And here's just a very quick screenshot of our June results, where we managed to achieve about $600,000 of sales in just 1 month, okay? Obviously, right, we managed to achieve this result. One of the questions that I always get is how much did you spend, right? So here's just a very quick screenshot from our main ad account. You can see that we spent roughly about $100,000 in the month of June to achieve this result, right? So that's roughly, if you include the Google spend, roughly about a 5-6 times ROS in just 1 month. Okay, so in the next couple of minutes, what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing with you how we managed to achieve these results in such a short period of time, despite having very little experience in the supplement business. Okay, so obviously the whole process of scaling up our e-commerce business wasn't just a bed of roses. There were many issues, many problems that turned up last year. And some of these problems might be very familiar to you, right? For example, in June last year, we actually hit a ceiling in our growth, right? And we couldn't figure out how we can grow our business without losing money, okay? And this is actually a very common challenge, right? When I talk to different e-commerce businesses, many of them are actually at a stage where they could scale to maybe 6 figures, but they're wondering how they can get to the next level, right? And how they can do it using paid advertising, okay? Some of you probably have already tried paid advertising and it didn't work for you, right? Maybe it's Google, maybe it's Facebook, right? Or maybe you're able to get some results, but the results were not consistent. And this is especially true last year, with all the changes in the different platforms, right? So what I'll be doing in our video as well as our call, is I'll be showing you how we were able to consistently profit from our paid advertising in spite of all the changes that are happening in the platform, okay? And of course, if you're in the health, beauty, and fitness industry, you probably run into a lot of compliance issues, right? So running campaigns for these niches are actually very different from other niches, right? And for one reason, because the platforms are a bit more sensitive to these niches, right? So there was a period of time when we were getting our ads disapproved very often, our accounts being disabled. Thankfully, we were able to figure it out, and we managed to work very closely with Google, Facebook to actually start churning out compliant ads that actually stand out. And I'll be sharing with you a bit more about what we did and how we did it. Okay, so as you guys can see, we've been through the same kind of challenges that you're probably going through right now. The difference is that we have spent months of our time as well as more than $1 million to figure out the answer. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you some of the proven strategies that help us achieve explosive growth and how you can use it in your own business. Alright, so with that, let's jump into the 3 proven strategies to e-commerce business growth. Okay, let's start off with strategy number 1, which is proof. Okay, as you really know, nothing sells faster than proof. And you really have to make a conscious effort right from day one to collect proof. In fact, what we have done in our own business is we've implemented processes and systems to do it right. And in e-commerce, there are basically three types of proof that are especially useful, right? The first type is what we call reviews, right? And you can collect reviews using different plugins in WooCommerce or Shopify. Here's just one very quick example from Smart Curcumin, right? Once their customers make a purchase, what they do is that they encourage their customers to write a review, and they make the process super easy, right, for their customers. The second example I want to give you is demonstration, right? This is the second type of proof. And here's an example from Remiska, right, where they actually demonstrate how the cream is able to make the eye bags disappear in just over a minute, right? And that's what the timer is for. Okay, so the whole idea of this is to show a quick transformation and how the product is able to give instant results. Obviously, not every product has the ability to for quick transformation. Like for us, we started off in the weight loss niche, right? So obviously, people are not going to show a visible difference in terms of weight loss within a very short period of time. Okay, so here's actually how we did it. We actually created video slideshows that kind of show the transformation over a period of time. Okay. Now, the third type of proof that is especially powerful and especially useful for us is actually what we call testimonials, right? And this is by far one of our favorite. We actually get customers to send in their video testimonials, recorded using their webcam or their phone, and we use them for our Facebook, YouTube, and display ads. In fact, I would confidently say that about 60 to 70% of our revenue is just generated from this video testimonials. Right. Now, the other benefit of collecting testimonials is that based on what your customers share, you're able to get new ideas and angles. Right. In fact, recently we actually discovered a new angle that worked really well for us and was able to help us generate a lot of revenue at a very good profit. Okay. So like I shared at the start, we have processes and systems in place to collect this kind of testimonials like clockwork, and we usually implement them for our clients, right? So our clients can get the same kind of results within a short period of time. Now, let's talk about strategy 2, which is process, right? So many e-commerce businesses, when they try to run ads or paid advertising for their e-commerce stores, they don't usually have a tested and proven process. In fact, what they end up doing is going through a lot of Facebook groups and causes, and they start mixing and matching different strategies, hoping to find something that works. Okay, so over the last 2 years, like I mentioned, we work with over 60 plus clients, and we've ran millions of dollars of paid advertising for them, and we help them generate millions of dollars more, right? And very, very much a lot of what we do falls down to a simple process called TOSM, okay? Testing, optimizing, scaling, and maintaining, right? And we apply the same formula, the same process across different platforms, okay? So what I'll be doing in this video is I'll just be breaking this down very, very quickly, right? To kind of share with you exactly what we do at every stage, okay? So during the first stage, which is the testing stage, we actually start off by testing to find the right kind of targeting, right? The right kind of offer, the right kind of landing page, angles and creatives that work for the business. And since we know we have been in the health and wellness space for some time, we're able to cut short this process significantly. At the same time, every offer, every market is kind of different. So we probably will need roughly about 2 weeks to a month to actually go through the whole testing process. And from there, what we're looking for is actually the initial conversions or purchases. Okay. So one of the big mistakes that most advertisers make at this stage is that they try to achieve good ROAS right from day one. Okay, this is actually not necessary, right? And because at this stage you're essentially just looking for the right market, offer, and message feed, right? That gives you the highest possible conversions and purchases. Okay, so this is basically what we do at the testing stage. And the second stage is what we call optimization, right? So at this stage, what we are essentially doing is taking what already works and we start optimizing it, improving it to achieve a higher ROAS, okay? Now, the whole point of this is to make sure that we end up with a good ROAS of at least 2 before we start scaling, okay? So one of the things that you need to know is when it comes to ROAS, what exactly determines ROAS, right? And ROAS is basically a combination of just 2 things, right? The first is the cost per acquisition or CPA, right? And the average order value, which is AOV, okay? So one of the things that advertisers need to understand at this point of time is that you have roughly about 40 to 50% control, right, of the cost per acquisition, okay? Because this is determined by things like CPM, right, which is actually not in your control, right? It's actually determined by your competitors who are also advertising and other factors in the algorithm of the platform itself. Okay. What you have control over, 100% control over, is AOV, right? Because you can adjust things like your prices, your packages, your upsells to kind of improve your overall order size, right? And this will immediately improve your ROS just by working on this, okay? So even if Facebook or Google's algorithm changes tomorrow, you're still able to achieve pretty good ROS from your campaigns, right? This is also why when we work with clients, we actually focus a lot of time on the ROS, on the funnel itself, so that we can help to improve the AOV and hence the ROS. Okay. Now let's talk about the third stage, which is scaling, right? So once we achieve a high enough ROS, usually about 2, we'll just proceed to start scaling the campaigns, right? So if you run your own campaigns, you're probably aware that scaling often results in a drop in ROS, right? And that's because Facebook or Google, right, might start showing your ads to the wrong kind of audience. So one of the key factors that determine how successfully we can scale is essentially the size of the audience. Right. So one of the key things and key reason for our success is that right from the start, we always test with a very broad audience. And the reason why is because we want to make sure that when it's time to scale, right, we have a message, right, an offer that works for a broad audience. So here's just a very quick screenshot of one of our targetings in Facebook. We have a size of about $9.2 million, 9.2 million audience size. And eventually, what we did this year is that we started targeting women, right, of a certain age group across different countries, right? And with that data and with that, we're still able to achieve a pretty good ROS. Okay, so I cannot emphasize enough the importance of having a large audience size, and this is definitely one of the factors for our success. Okay, the last step in the strategy itself is what we call maintenance, right? And it's about maintaining and keeping your results, your campaigns running as profitably as possible for as long as possible. Okay. Having a large audience definitely helps, and what happens is that when we work with clients, we usually apply different strategies to keep the winning campaigns running. We'll actively refresh the ad angles, the creatives, the offers, just so that we can achieve the best ROS month of the month. Okay, so I hope that through my sharing, you can see that this is a process that requires a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of experience, right? Even for us, before we even started our e-commerce business, we had about 4+ years of media buying experience, right? So if you're new to media buying or digital advertising and you want to increase your chance, one of the things we recommend is that you actually outsource your media buying to agency, right? So many e-commerce businesses try to save money by trying to figure it out on their own. They could spend hours, thousands of dollars on training or even ad spend just to try to figure out the whole process. And that's a big mistake, right? Because ultimately, when you start your e-commerce business, what you're good at, right, is actually developing great products, keeping your customers happy, right? And if you could leave that media buying part to experienced team, who can stay up to date, keep up with the trends, and implement new strategies, you're able to get much, much better results. Okay. And many of the clients who work with us, most of them don't really have a very strong media buying or digital advertising background, right? And they always find that just by outsourcing it to somebody like us, we're able to achieve very good results within a very short period of time. Okay, so if you're interested to find out more about what we do and how we help clients, do click on the button below to arrange for a consultation call, and I'll be more than happy to share how we can help your business. So another strategy that we implement is what we call a profit multiplier. And the reason why we're able to achieve a high overall ROS by end of the month, right, or 5 or 6, is because we focus on increasing the front end and back end sales consistently. And we do it through a few ways. First, we actually always have an evergreen retargeting campaign that helps us get people who are interested in our products, our service, but didn't make the purchase, right? So you can see over here, we have different messages for different days, right? For up to about 7 days after they visit our store. After 7 days, usually we find that the retargeting is less effective, which is why we don't do it as often, right? But you can see from over here, the people who added us a cart, right, or maybe the initiate checkout, these are the ones that give us the highest number of purchases. Okay, so we also run auto ship campaigns. As of now, auto ship makes up maybe about 10 to 15% of our repeat monthly sales, and it's actually increasing every single month, right? So we have retargeting ads and emails to actually encourage people to register for auto ship. And obviously, something else that we also do is that we do reactivation, right? And the whole idea of reactivation is to basically target people who are our customers, but they haven't bought from us or contacted us in the time, right? So you can see over here, we have people who have purchased basically our product, and you can see that we're actually retargeting them and getting them to purchase from us again. Okay, so these are just some of the few tactics that we implement in our e-commerce store to actually improve our overall profit, right? That's why we're able to achieve 6x ROS in such a short time. So when you work with us, what we'll be doing is that we'll be setting up this profit multipliers in your business and automate them, right? Most, if not all of them. And that way you can continue to get very high returns on your marketing over time. Okay, so even though maybe the initial ROS is not very high, maybe it's 1.5 to 2, right, which is very typical. But across the board, when you stack up all the sales that you're making, right, from the store, you should easily get about 3 or 4 ROS. Okay, so far I've covered 3 main strategies that we personally use, right, in the business, which is strategy number 1, which is proof, strategy number 2, which is process, and strategy number 3, which is about profit multipliers. Okay, and these are just 3 of the strategies that work really well for us, and 3 of the strategies that we very often implement for clients and to help them get results. So if you like us to actually implement these strategies for you, right, and you want to work with a team who have been there, done that, and are still doing it even to today, and you want to scale up your e-commerce business to 7 figures and beyond in the next 1 year, okay, I'd like to introduce you to our Business Growth Accelerator program for health, beauty, and wellness brands. Okay, so in this program itself, you'll be working very closely with our team, and we'll be focusing on a few key areas that's going to help you grow very, very quickly. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to help you craft a compelling offer. Okay, and this is a must-have factor for highly profitable campaigns, something that catches your market's imagination and gets them talking about your brand. Okay, so here's the thing: many people think that an offer is about the product or the service, but really what it's about is really how your product is being perceived, right? And what we work together, what we will be doing is that my team and I will be working with you to create very in-depth research into your market, product, brand, and competitors, and we want to help you craft an irresistible, superior value proposition for your market. Okay, so this is going to be something that is very powerful, that's going to make a huge difference to your business. Now, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to help you reduce your cost per acquisition. And this is just going to happen in the first 30 to 60 days, right? We'll start tweaking, improving your campaigns, right? Whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or Google. And we'll help you immediately increase your click-through rates and reduce your overall cost per click, okay? That means you start to see a decrease in your cost per acquisition almost immediately. And you start to see increased cash flow and profits right from month 1. Okay. The next thing we're going to do for you is that we're going to help you increase your funnel conversion rate, right? So if you could increase the conversion rate of every stage of your funnel, you could easily be doubling, tripling, even quadrupling the amount of revenue that you make in the next 1 week. So this is just very basic math, right? But it's going to make a huge difference to your e-commerce business and your life, right? So within the first 30 to 60 days, right, with us tweaking and doing split testing, right, on different stages of your funnel, you're going to see an increase in conversion rates and more revenue coming into your business immediately. Okay, we also help you increase your average order value, right? And as you already know, increasing your average order value is the fastest way to turn losing campaigns into profitable winners, right? So we have so many clients who were bleeding money on their campaigns until we help them uncover ways to get customers to buy more within the same buying session. And that's exactly what we're going to do for your business. Okay, and of course, one of the biggest thing that makes the biggest difference in terms of overall ROS, right, if you're looking at a 1 month or even a year basis, right, is increasing your customer lifetime value. So what we do is that we'll help you generate additional revenue, right, marketing to current customers with a combination of retargeting, messenger marketing, and email marketing. And we'll work with you to start monetizing your customer list. And the best part, like what I mentioned earlier, is that we'll automate the whole process for you so that you can keep monetizing your list for the months to come. Okay. So one of the questions that I often get from many of the people who I talk to is what makes Business Growth Accelerator, what makes Growth Tribe different from all the other agencies out there. Okay. And one of the things that we share is that unlike many of the agencies, we actually run our own e-commerce store, and we have successfully scaled our e-commerce store from 0 all the way to $2.17 million in less than a year. Okay, and we're able to take the same strategies that we implemented, that we tested and found into your business to help you accelerate your growth. Okay, so when you join us today, what you'll be doing is you'll be focusing a lot on high ROI marketing, right? So this is marketing that gives you the maximum returns on advertising spend, right? And what we also have a fee structure that is based on performance. So we'll share with you more about how this works in the call, but the whole idea is this, right? There will be a small setup fee, right? At the same time, there will be a monthly recurring, but a bulk of the amount of money that you actually pay us is actually based on how well the campaigns perform and how much money you make. Okay, so that's part of our pay for performance plan just for e-commerce stores. And obviously, you can expect to see results in 60 days or less, right? So when you work with many other agencies, usually you can't see results that quickly. In fact, they will take about 2-3 months to set up. But for us, because we have refined the process, we're able to help you see results in just 60 days or less, right? And obviously, we also help you track every dollar, right? This means you know how much you'll be spending for every dollar spent, right? We'll even give you a visual dashboard you can use to track your results, okay? And when you work with us, you basically be working with an in-house, not outsourced team of marketing experts, right? So these are people who have worked with us for many years. They have helped us build multiple 7-figure businesses, right? And last but not least, right, you're going to get brand protection and compliance. So this is something that I personally believe in. I understand and respect the fact that you have spent years building a brand, right? So right from day one, we're going to have very clear branding guidelines, and we also keep to the very strict rules and regulations in the countries and industries we operate in. So obviously, with the Business Growth Accelerator, we're not looking to work with all kinds of businesses. We're only looking to focus on businesses that fall in the health, beauty, and fitness niche. Okay, and you have to prove that you have a proven product or service that actually helps your customers. Okay, at the same time, we want to make sure that you're ready to scale, which is why we're only looking for businesses that have at least $300,000 of annual revenue from your e-commerce store or from other platforms like Amazon. Okay, we do have many clients who have e-commerce stores on other platforms and are able to get good traffic, are able to get good sales, but at the same time, they wanted control over their list, right? Which is why they hired us to scale up their current Shopify store or WooCommerce store. Now, we also want clients who are willing to spend more than $100,000 a month on advertising as long as it's profitable. Okay, obviously, if you want to earn more, right, and you want to increase the revenue, you have to be ready to spend more. And so we're looking for clients who are ready to spend that amount as long as they're getting a good ROAS. Okay. At the same time, we're also looking at clients who can handle at least 3 times more sales in the next 3 months. Okay. So one of the key things when it comes to e-commerce is that when it comes to scaling, operations, fulfillment becomes super important, and you want to make sure that you have this in place, right? Or at least the supplier or the manufacturer that you are working with at least have the capacity to scale together with you. Okay, so if this is something you're interested in, right, and you fit the bill, right, you can arrange for a strategic consultation call, right? It's about 45 minutes to an hour long, right, where we're going to give you insider look into our multi-million-dollar supplement business, and we're going to share with you specific strategies on how you can scale up your e-commerce business. Okay, so what we'll be doing is that we'll be looking at your website, we'll be looking at your analytics, right, and even your campaigns, and we'll be giving you very specific advice, right, on how you can improve your results. Okay, and our fee structure, right, we'll share with you our fee structure and how you can make your money back within 1 or 2 months working with us. Okay, so click on the button below to arrange for the call, and I look forward to talking to you in person.